pick the next one, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
I'm glad you.
It's a good way to start.
Glad you thought of that.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to this 60th of the Original Gamers podcast. That's palindrome. No, it's not.
Is
Put
it
the zero
like wait?
before the 6, like I do in the episode
Wait.
numbers.
Oh, okay. 060 is a palindrome.
060,
Yes.
then that's a palindrome. But if you take the
Gotcha.
0 out, then it's really not.
I was going to say 66 is a palindrome,
I'm like,
but not
Right.
60.
And so is 660. Anyway.
6. Yes.
Yeah, welcome to this episode of Original Gamers Podcast. I am your host, Patrick Ryan, otherwise known as Huge Cow Patty or HCP for short. And I'm joined today, as always, by Nolan Brown.
hey everybody.
And Joel Watt.
I'm at work.
Yes, you are. So we're on a little bit of a time crunch here. So we're gonna get through this game, which is Mark of Kri, or the Mark of Kri, title or not.
Yeah, it's spelled KRI for our audio.
Right, KRI.
Which I noticed that
before
started
we-
happening.
What started
What?
happening?
The audio, the podcast, for audio stuff.
Oh, yes. We're back to doing
Beginning
audio
updates. Beginning
on the
updates.
Podbean.
Oh yes. The yeah. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and get into the spiel that I need to do. So yeah, a lot of stuff's been going on at CrossForge Gaming, and one of those things is that our audio only version is back. I do believe we're about caught up. I think there's only 2 more episodes that need to publish because I've set it up so that it's one every day until we get caught up, and then what will start happening is these episodes that you're watching live on YouTube will start appearing on the audio feed Wednesday. So that'll give me Tuesday to go find the music and put it together. And I don't do any editing of the podcast other than adding the music. It literally takes me about minutes to do each one of these. I don't know why I wasn't just doing it. I was probably making it out to be more complicated than it needed to be. So anyway, you can find that at ogcast.podbean.com. Jimmy, who is one of our board members, and he kind of takes care of the Patreon page. He discovered that Patreon has podcast feeds and RSS feeds. So we're going to start putting the episodes and including all the back episodes for this and other shows that we've done on there. And eventually, assuming that all works the way that we're hoping it will, eventually that'll be the only place you'll be able to find it. So the Podbean feed will, once our current subscription is up, which I think like we just renewed it that long ago, so it'll still be up for a while. But just to let our listeners know, if you want the audio only version, right now you can still find it on Podbean, but you will eventually need to start getting it at patreon.com/crossforgegaming. And while you're there, you should consider becoming a subscriber. Access to the live recordings of Patty Plays Pathetically, which is another one of my shows, and
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's pretty funny, actually.
It's pretty good.
I might be a little bit biased. Yeah.
You
Did
played
y'all
Dark
watch
Souls?
Another World?
He did.
I didn't
was
get to
fun.
yet.
Yeah, my Another World. Even though I was really bored playing the game, I think it turned out. Yeah, my wife and son both approve. They might be a little biased though. I don't know.
Possibly.
Anyway, so then, yeah, I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible, but you know us, we like to ramble. We also got a merch store that is at, and this is long. It's in the description below, but in case you want it read out, it's pro.tchip.com/stores/CrossForge Gaming. And now you're like, the link in the description. That's what you should do.
Just use the Google URL shortener and put that there.
Oh yeah, where that comes out too.
It's free. So. It's just Do it. I love Google products. Just do it.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then we have a tournament coming up on July 6th. That is unfortunately a Thursday because none of us are available to do it on the weekend yet. Hopefully that'll be changing with future tournaments, but this is just what we had. So anyway, it's July 6th. It's free. It's for Hearthstone. Hearthstone is also a free game, so there's no reason to not come out and play. You can find more information about that on our main Facebook page, which is at crossforgegaming. I think I'm done with all the commercials. So very quickly, how have you guys been this week?
I mean,
I'm recovering.
I'm okay.
Not everyone at once. Seriously, though.
Sorry. I apologize. Go, Nolan, you go first.
No.
Okay.
Do it.
I'm okay. We've been this last week has been the first full week of summer for my job, so it's been it's been something. Just yeah,
It's been something.
it's been something. I'll tell you what.
You know it's good when
indeed.
that's the only way you could describe it. It's been something.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not too bad. It's just like it's very stressful. It's also I'm like opening every day, but it's not a big deal. I realize like normally during the school year, the earliest have to be at work. It's at like 11 o'clock, which is nothing. But now I have to like be there at 7, so like wake up at like 5:30 or 6. So that's kind of like I realize that means nothing to many people. It's like but it's difficult for me when insomnia and all that fun stuff. But
yeah.
So that's hasn't been too bad. Then what have I done? I don't know. I did something. Life. I don't know. Something.
It's something.
I have a good life.
That's if
something.
your life was a video game, that would be a back of the box quote. It's something.
It's something. I played more Monster Hunter. That's about it. Like
more Monster Hunter.
I haven't looked at the Steam sale, so I'm like wanting to, but I also used up a lot of money. Oh, my friend got me to join his gym, so that's where most of my paycheck went to registration and that nature.
Like a real gym.
Like a real gym.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. At first I thought you meant like a Pokemon gym or something.
No, it's funny.
Because that's a thing in Pokemon Go now, right? You can join gyms. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They just had a big update. I haven't got to try it out too much, but
yeah, I don't know what all this stuff is, but
yeah. My wife what a raid was, and even because I don't play MMOs, even my explanation of it to her was like, I don't really know what I'm talking about. I just know I hear people talk about raids in other games. I assume they're similar in this. So hopefully I did not steer her wrong. How you been, Joel?
I am recovering from BBS, but as you can see,
BBS.
I did not get the day off today because we have yet another event tonight.
And that is?
Yeah. So there's the ladies' event going on. I'm watching the live stream right over here. So I don't know if can our live viewers see our little preview windows in the corner that we see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I watch people's live hangouts and I can see the video, and then other times I can't. I haven't actually tried it with ours yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm looking at chat and I see him down there. So
okay. So if you see me randomly looking off in this direction, I'm checking to make sure it's still functioning. Anyway.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm just exhausted.
You got a nice white wall there.
I know, I got a nice white wall behind me. I angled the MacBook. Just yes, I'm on an evil Mac. It's just that way you can't see all of the junk that's going on right over there. So anyway.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, and so yeah, I'm stuck at work tonight, and I don't want to be here.
But you're still here.
Yeah, well, I'm a little pressed for time. So.
Yeah. So, all right. Well,
according to our order of service, I have until 7:45. So that's 25 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else it's been that I'm sure Joel knows as well? It's been hot.
It's been so freaking hot.
So
oh my
hot.
gosh.
It was 95 today at work.
No. It was 121 today. It was 121 degrees today. My car was on fire. I'm not even exaggerating. I walked in and something was burning. Sorry.
See, here, I guess I don't work in TV. I don't keep it with the weather anymore. Apparently, we had a tropical storm go through, which would explain why it's rained nonstop for like but yeah, it didn't stop raining here until like 2 or 3 days ago. So it's actually been relatively cool. The humidity has been awful, but the heat itself has been.
Okay, well,
anyway.
Speaking of weird weather and stuff, I guess fire is technically also weather. Like, there's a big fire over in Big Bear.
There is.
The mountain near where I live.
My nephew tried to go up there on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no. Big Bear's on fire. You can't go up there. No. So I don't know where he went. He still didn't like show up for a day, but he decided.
Isn't California just always on fire somewhere?
It's fire season right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I mean, it is.
That's not a joke, dude.
Yeah, no,
that's a real thing.
I believe you. But I was just like, it's hurricane season. Oh, it's everything is burning season.
It's duck season.
Duck season.
That was rabbit season. Sorry. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. What have I been up to?
Playing with your son.
Actually, yeah, playing with my son. He just got off. Well, it might be embarrassing to him. Yeah, whatever. It's on the internet. Everybody who watched me streaming ARMS weekend. Or 2 weekends ago, rather, just saw it anyway. Caspian was on restriction for something that he did on that live stream, and he just got off of it. So, video games was his lack of not being forced to play video games. That wouldn't be much of a punishment at all. Lack of video games was his punishment. He wasn't very happy about it, but I think he got the message. So, yeah, and if you're like, what did he do? Well, go watch the ARMS stream and skip all the way to the end, and you'll see it because he did it for the entire internet to see. And I made the decision to just let that be out there.
Okay. Well, obviously, then yeah, it's like you're the one who puts these up, so obviously you're okay with it,
right? Well, yeah, it wasn't like what he did was
terrible.
Yeah, it was just, and now I was a little shocked that he did it because he's never done it before. But yeah, go out there and watch it. Yeah, and when famous people, not that I'm a famous person, but when famous people they tweet something stupid and then 3 hours later they delete it. I'm like, why do you do that? We all saw it. Someone has archived it. All you do is look like you're trying to hide it. Just leave it there. So I I like that. Love him or hate him, when Trump says something dumb on the internet. Now, to be fair, he probably doesn't think it was dumb, but he didn't get rid of it. It's still there. He owns it.
Did he delete his infamous typo, or did he leave it?
The cafefe? I'm pretty sure he left it. I don't.
Oh my word!
Can't
does it
imagine him.
I mean,
rid of it. Yeah,
no, it doesn't matter at this point.
It's there.
When I tweet a typo, I delete it immediately.
Yeah,
and try again.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm I said something terrible. It's like, oh, I hate typos. I hate having it there. And you can't edit tweets. You have to delete it and try again.
Delete and try again. All right. Back into this game.
Okay.
Since we want to get to talking about the game, I'll just read through this real quick. It was developed by Sony Entertainment. I was like, what is that? So Sony San Diego studio, published by Sony Computer Entertainment. And all the information that we have here is that Jack Wall composed it.
Yeah, there was no one guy behind this. Maybe he didn't want to put his name on it, because I've never actually played this game, and it's not super popular. So maybe it's not super good. It looked interesting, and I wanted to play it, and VBS killed my time. Also,
then it's for the
Sorry, it's not just that VBS killed my time. Our air conditioner is down, and so we're all sleeping in the living room. It's too hot to turn on my PS3 right now. So
turn the heater off. It's not a heater. It's a PlayStation. Oh,
yeah.
I
have a big fat backwards compatible PS3, so it's literally a small space heater, and so is my PC. And in order to run everything like to death, in order to get the signal at my TV, I have to have the PC on, because it's running through a bunch of things, including a capture card. So, yeah.
Right. So wait, so you haven't played it? Nolan and I had never even heard of it before.
I had heard of it.
Right?
I have not played it.
Okay.
Even kind of, but I have heard of it.
It's okay that we're on a time crunch, because this is gonna be short.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well, I'm certain that a few of our listeners have played it. I think LJ played it once, even. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a big PlayStation guy. I could see that he's probably played it. Anyway, it's on the PlayStation 2. Came out in North America July 29th, 2002, and in Europe March 14th, 2003, and Japan just didn't get it apparently.
Nope. This was a Western exclusive.
As a testament to how good it was. All right, so what do we know about it?
It's a third-person action platformer. So I mean, it's a PS2 action game, so the camera control is probably not super great. The polygon count is limited.
If you best.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like N64 bad. It's just limited. It's low res textures, 480p at best. So.
Do progressive scan?
You could do progressive on the PS2. Yeah.
I just didn't know that.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why the PS3 was originally backwards compatible, because the HDMI, could get out. But anyway, yes. Yeah. And it's what I read about it is the graphical style is very cartoony, but it's got lifelike violence. So it's a little bit bloody.
Interesting.
And it's violent, so it's this weird juxtaposition almost. It's kind of like if Conker was a little less foul, but still just as cartoony.
I'm actually looking up the ESRB rating. It's rated mature. Okay.
Yeah. It is rated M. And we haven't done too many M-rated games here, just because there aren't very many classic games that are rated M. So because the ESRB didn't exist until the mid-90s. So.
You were talking about the quality. I mean, IGN gave it an 8.8, and the PlayStation Store has it rated 4.5 out of 5. So
yeah, so I think
it's not half bad.
This is one of those games that's kind of a hidden gem. Like, it suffered from low sales, but it was critically acclaimed. So that happens a lot.
By Team Ico.
Yeah,
exactly.
The Last Guardian wound up being critically acclaimed
because everybody loved the.
I know you like it, Joel.
I had a lot of fun playing it. I wish I had finished it, so I could get a more formulated opinion of it. 10-second review. it presents itself like an open world game, but it's extremely linear, and it plays a lot like Shadow of the Colossus in that you're climbing up Trico all the time, but it's got puzzles, a lot of puzzles like Eco. So that was more 30-second review. Sorry. Anyway.
It'll work.
Yeah,
that'll do. All right,
and that's the last Guardian for you. Back to the Mark of Kri.
So how's the combat? Is it like a mindless button masher or?
I don't know. I didn't look into that. From what I did read on Wikipedia, it was more like a collectathon than anything.
Oh wow, okay.
Or like it had collectathon elements, obviously, because that was still a big thing back then. That's why Sly Cooper, and Ratchet and Clank and all them.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I don't know if I'd ever heard of an M-rated collectathon, but no, Conquer is an M-rated.
Conquer came before this game. Anyway, the game makes use of the DualShock 2's 2 analog sticks. So there's that. So it was probably one of the early modern games, So the left is used for movement, and the right is for locking onto surrounding enemies. So not full camera control, but more of like a Z targeting, but instead of tied to the Z button, it's you push the stick in that direction.
Yeah. While we're talking about targeting, because this was something that was frustrating me earlier this week. I have ARMS for the Switch. There are certain modes where you're in an arena and it's 2-on-2. And I, for the life of me, cannot figure out how to switch which of my opponents I'm looking at. I'm assuming it's possible. And it drove me nuts.
You could like double team someone real quick.
Yeah, because like if your opponents could figure out how to, switch you, that because when you start the match, obviously you're looking at one opponent, your partner's looking at the other opponent. But if they can figure out how to switch who they're looking at, then they can double up on you. And I'm like, I can't. So I was getting hit by somebody that I couldn't figure out how to make myself look at them. I'm like, this is really aggravating. And a game fact, because I'm sure. So. I just don't know what it is. So, anyway, back to Kri. Is that the dude's name? Kri?
I don't know. So here's some gameplay footage, by the way. Okay, sorry. Oh, dang it! I can't read my Wikipedia article while I'm screen sharing.
That's true. Let's
turn that off. How do I do this? There we go. Okay, so pause. So the plot. So the protagonist's name is Rau Utu, R-A-U space U2U. U-T-U. I cannot talk. Anyway, he's a great warrior, accompanied by a raven Kuzo, not to be confused with Emperor Cusco. Enter adopted father. Was trained by this guy.
Cusco.
Yes.
Cusco, I'm ready to game starring Cusco.
Dude.
Beat him up. I'm ready to beat him up starring Cusco.
I would play that all day.
Anyway. So the enemy is called the Kasai, I guess. And from what I know, this game actually has a sequel called Rise of the Kasai. This did sell well enough to get a sequel. It wasn't like super great or well known. There's an elderly woman and a tree with magic fruit. Tree with magic fruit. Yes. The tree tells Utu, whatever, of the Mark of Kri, and his destiny is to protect a captured boy. This is very generic, like warrior's path I'm sure there's twists and turns along the way, but
Journey
it's
to the
like,
West.
yeah, you've got to like, you know, go here and do the thing and stop the big bad. Basically. Right. I mean, what more do you want in game plot? Like,
I mean, hey, good enough for me.
Right.
I played with less plot.
Exactly.
Don't overcomplicate it, right?
Right. I mean, Tetris.
You know,
what has?
It's getting a movie even.
Yeah.
Tetris is?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
No idea what that's going to be about, but
aliens.
It's getting a movie.
That makes sense. You know what?
Probably starring Adam Sandler.
Oh, please let it star Adam Sandler.
No, he's got a 7-year deal
Adam
with
Sandler,
Netflix. He's not doing anything else these days but Netflix movies.
And you know, it seems like every time I log on to Netflix, he's got a new movie out, and I'm like, what is he doing?
Right?
Just push a button, movie out? What is happening here?
He calls up his 3 friends and he's like, "Hey, let's shoot a movie in 2 weeks." And
and they're like, okay. And you know, depending on which of his 3 friends he calls, sometimes I'm interested in it, and other times I'm just really not.
I watched exactly 0 of his Netflix movies.
I haven't seen any.
I watched one that it didn't have him in it, but I imagine it was a Happy Madison production because it had. And I don't know that I've ever seen Kevin James in a movie where I didn't like him. So, and I know like he's in really stupid movies, like Pop. Yeah, that movie's dumb. I also laugh hysterically every time I see it. So
that movie's actually funny, though. That's the thing.
I didn't see the sequel.
Neither did I.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Not out of not wanting to. It just the opportunity never arose.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie's great. And speaking of Kevin James, just watched Here Comes the Boom. It's a really good movie too.
So I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Fonzie in it as the music teacher.
Yeah.
And then some UFC guys. I guess they're actual UFC guys. I imagine they are.
No, at least one of them is.
They got a bunch of actors to do. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway. Mark of Kri.
It
was good.
So I don't think this had any kind of personal impact on any of us. But,
so.
Yeah, like I said, there was a sequel. And so, and yeah, it's got lots of really high ranks on all the review sites, and the Metacritic score is even listed on Wikipedia. Yep. I hope you didn't notice that earlier.
Actually,
I did not.
Oh. Yeah, when I just Googled it to see what the ESRB rating was, Google actually put ratings and Metacritic was one of them. I'm like, oh well, now I know what that is.
Darn it.
So, well,
oh well.
Too bad Sony's not interested in backwards compatibility other than making you pay for it. Play this.
Right.
Yeah. This game is available on the PlayStation Network on their backwards compatible thing.
Yeah. They're for like $5 or $10 or something,
I'm
sure.
What is that service called? I forgot. It's not PS2 Classics. Is it?
It's like PS something, isn't it? Is it PS?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just for backwards compatibility.
I don't have a PS4, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, I know that there's PS3 games that you get through like PlayStation Now, but like it's extremely limited collection.
Gotcha.
Right.
But the PS2 games that you can buy are different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you just straight up download those, I think, and you a part of the streaming service. No. And I actually heard that they just PlayStation Now is now only available on PC. Like there were a bunch of other things you could use it on, and they took maybe the experience was crappy, and they got rid of it. I don't know. Perhaps. It was a big deal, but again, I don't use it. I wouldn't have any idea.
Okay, apparently there's no special name. for the PS2 games. They're just PS2 games on PS4.
There.
Okay.
Sweet.
There it is.
There's your answer. Go
There
get
you
Mark of Kri. Oh, I should have looked how much it was.
$20.
Oh.
Is it?
Are you
Probably.
freaking kidding me?
Probably.
Okay.
I was like, hey, if I ever hear anybody be like, virtual console games are too expensive, so I'm gonna go, no, no, they're not. Mark of Kri is $20.
Or like 15. I'll go 15. Maybe not 20.
Yeah.
Suddenly it won't load. It's like PlayStation Store is unavailable.
It's like trying to access Steam right now. Can't do
Oh my
it.
god, there's a Rockstar bundle that's $75. My goodness.
On Steam or on you're looking at PSN?
On the PSN. There's a Rockstar bundle. You get Bully, Max Payne, The Warriors, Red Dead Revolver, and Manhunt for $75. So anyway, action adventure.
These games can't be that much. I mean, because like, yeah, if it was like all the Grand Theft Autos, $75 for that. But...
So Mark of Kri is $15.
Okay.
On
That's
PSN.
still...
And its sequel, Rise of the Kasai, is also $15.
That sounds like a Square Enix tax. I mean, I know it's not a Square Enix game, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Cool. I see you're looking. Are you having to go?
No, not quite.
Okay.
Just go like that. Anyway, but I probably will in a couple of minutes because I think they're just now finishing up. Anyway.
Okay.
Sweet. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to play 20 questions then by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we can do this really quickly, we can do 20 questions right now.
Okay. I have a feeling you're gonna get it pretty quick.
Okay. Well, let's do
at
it.
least
I'll run through the rules. Okay.
No offense, Joel.
Well, if you're we'll do this real quick. If you're new, Nolan knows the game. Joel and I don't. We have 20 questions to figure out what it is. I'll just go ahead and go. Was this game made after January 1st, 1990?
Yes.
Was this made before January 1st, 2000?
Before.
We got a 90s game. Is this a Nintendo exclusive game?
When it was released.
Okay.
Originally, yes. Because
it probably wasn't developed by Nintendo.
Yeah, as I say, that answer makes it sound like Nintendo did not make it.
So was this developed by Capcom?
No.
No. Okay.
Was it on the Super Nintendo?
It was.
Okay. Was it developed by Konami?
Nope.
No.
Was this developed by Namco?
Nope.
It's developed by Hudson?
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Square.
Yep.
Oh. Square.
All right. Super Nintendo RPGs.
Probably. Was this
There's
Final
only
Fantasy?
a billion of them.
Is this Final Fantasy 2/4?
2/4?
Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
In fact, 2/4.
Yay! I love this game.
Quick.
Oh my god!
I was almost gonna go with the actual 2. I'm like, I don't care enough.
Oh, like Final Fantasy 2 NES
wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It's just,
I don't know. Pro Jared seems to think it's a terrible game.
It's got some bad stuff to it, but I like what they did for like leveling up. It's like if you use this thing more often, you get better with that thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And every little stat tracks differently and levels up separately, and
it does. Like there's cheats to get your like health and magic like to be stupid high.
Then you beat the crap out of yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting so. he punched himself in his review, and he really did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. like 2 seconds later, he's like, "Why didn't I just fake it?" That really, yeah,
it's pretty good.
Nice.
and
well,
like
so this.
Sorry, I'm getting way off on a tangent, but like in the review, I heard the punch hit, and I was like, "Oh, that sounded real. That was really cool." And then he goes, "Why didn't I just fake it?" I'm like, "Oh, that was real."
I for the first time, like, because I've heard of Pro Jared and I kind of know who he is, but I never watched an entire video. And I watched a bunch of his like E3 roundup stuff, and I was like, yeah, I see why people like this guy. I like him. He does. So
all right, well, I'm gonna have to get going.
Him.
So thank
all
you.
Right.
Yes, be good, humans. Bye.
And all that.
Bye.
Bye, Joel. All right. Final Fantasy 2/4. We'll get into why we're referring to it as 2/4 when we talk about it. Is available on the Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo.
Play it on the Super Famicom.
Yeah, or the Super Famicom. The PlayStation, the Wonder Swan Color, the Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo DS, which actually isn't too bad. That version.
The little 3D remake they did is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's even got voice acting in it, which is kind of like, The PSP version, which is the kind I've played it on mostly, is really good. Like it's like an HD like upgrade. And it came with the sequel. There was like a Japan only thing for a long time.
Oh yeah, because so it was Final Fantasy, what they were calling it 4 at the time, came out on console, and then the After Years, I think is what it's called, was a game, and that has since been released it's on Steam, and I have not played that sequel thing.
It's all right. I mean, it's like it's a couple years later, so like certain people that's like, hey, they're together, look, there's a kid now, or like what happened to everybody after they like went their separate ways, and it's just
so now the PC version, does it have like because I know you said like it was HDified, but it's not like art in HD. They've changed stuff.
The Windows version, I don't know. When I saw it I like pulled up the Windows Store right now to try to find it, and I can't find it on here. So
because like I like
that I don't know.
I like the DS remake, what they did with that, but I saw
that's what the Windows version is supposed to be. So it's supposed to be a direct port of that.
Well, then that's probably a good version. I saw the re-release on Steam of Final Fantasy VI, and they went in and like it's in HD, so like, and I was like, oh, okay, so they just redid the sprites in HD. No, like they've changed everything, and I'm like, I will not play that garbage. I have I actually have the.
So, sorry to interrupt. Right now, so on Steam, it is the DS port of it. It's actually on sale for like 50% off. That you can also get with the After Years as well. So, to everyone listening, watching, whatever, if you act quickly, it is on sale for the Steam summer sale.
The After Years, I don't think they ever like remade, so it still looks like the Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, it's not Super Nintendo because it came out like
because it was on the Wii
after. Yeah, and it looks weird. It was kind of like but yeah.
And I do know people who prefer the Super Nintendo Final Fantasies over, say, Final Fantasy VII. It's usually an argument between whether or not 2 or 3, or if you prefer the Japanese numbering 4 or 6, which one of those two is better. That I could pick a favorite. It would probably depend on what day of the week it was, because I kind of go back and I love them both. They're both fantastic.
I mean, I'd probably pick 4 over 6, just a little bit, because like one of my second favorite all-time character in all Final Fantasy is in 4/2, whatever you want to say. So So that's probably why. But
well, cool. All right, so be playing that, and yeah, like he said, it's on sale on for the summer sale on Steam. So if you can actually get your Steam account without the world crashing,
yeah,
and it's cheap.
No kidding.
So yeah, about before we start the music, did he update the?
No, it still had DuckTales.
And I'm gonna just pick some music. The one I edited this.
Boop.
Next week for you American listeners, the 4th of July is. I know it's Tuesday and not Monday, but I'm leaving open the possibility that will affect the show. So
Possibly.
We're tentatively planning to still do this next week, but be aware of that. Check the CrossForge Gaming Facebook page and the community page, which the community page is facebook.com/groups/CrossForge Gaming, and we'll have an update about that. Maybe we'll meet, maybe we won't. Who knows? We'll see.
Stay tuned. If we do meet, I will probably be wearing said leggings.
Yes,
so,
that'd be awesome.
If nothing else, I will send a picture that Patrick can put up or something.
Most definitely. All right, Nolan.
I don't know. Yeah.
Where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Baseman214, Baseman21491, or Icy White Falcon at various internet things and gaming systems, with the exception of PlayStation, because I don't have any PlayStation products except for my PSP. At least currently, but yeah.
The greatest Super Nintendo emulator ever.
You're not wrong. Like, so what? Like, if nothing else, man, like new PlayStation stuff, like PSP, the Vita, PS4, they get really good at ROMs and indie stuff. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
You don't have a Switch yet.
No, I don't. I'm waiting. It's funny because one of the pastors in my church got one day one, and he keeps asking me if I've gotten a Switch yet. I'm like, no, I'm waiting for Black Friday.
Dude,
he's like, well, did you get Breath of the Wild on the Wii U? I'm like, no, I'm waiting for it to get it on the Switch. It's just like,
did you see the Mario Odyssey trailer that came out of E3?
I saw the original one. I haven't seen the new one.
See the new one.
Okay.
Like, it's gonna blow your mind. Like you might want to wear like a hat so that when your head explodes, that it stays.
It stays like congealed or something.
And then you can put it back together more easily.
Yeah, that makes sense. I played Operation with the kindergartner this morning, so hey,
you know how this goes.
I have practice.
Yeah, you can find Joel everywhere. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Except for what was it? Oh, it was the EA thing. Or no, Ubisoft. Ubisoft. You play. Yeah. Someone stole his name on Uplay. So, right. Dude, we should. I mean, since we know his username, I should, because I've got an Origin account. Oh, I don't have a Uplay account. Someone should get on Uplay and message this guy and invite him on the show so that we can see who this man is.
It'd be really funny. Like, the best part is if it was like, I don't even know, like somebody that we know from like, like Shelly, just because, or something. That
would be the best. No, it would be even better is if like he didn't know this person was going to be on, and we did like a Jerry Springer Mari thing. They're like, oh, guess what? He's here. He's in the back room.
What do you want to say?
What is going on? Yeah. So
Patty,
fun. Of course,
Patty.
Yes. I love it. Let's make it happen. You can find me on every Thursday on this YouTube channel, Patty Plays Pathetically. The last episode it was Another World, and like I said at the beginning of the show, and who are not biased in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. They really enjoyed it. What was that? Oh, I played Offspring Fling. I know that name sounds really weird.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, yeah, it was pretty darn good.
It is.
So, I don't know what I played after that. I know I like a few weeks ago, I streamed enough to not have to stream
a whole bunch
while my son's down here. So I've got a backlog of this stuff.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
know I've said you like, hey,
trying.
play this game.
Yeah. So and speaking of that, Dark Souls 2 is in this coming month's Humble Bundle.
Is it?
So
Yeah, I haven't played 2,
yeah.
so I might. I don't know.
Wow.
Like,
okay, yeah.
Because it was made by different people. So
really? It wasn't.
It's not. It's the weakest one, and that there aren't any good bosses, but there's like 50 bosses in the game, so there's like so many, and it's
That's
like
really dumb.
And they change it. Like if you die, your max health goes down by a small amount every single time. So unless you like restore your humanity, you have like just this tiny smidge of health.
That sounds awful.
Which it makes it harder, but I'm also like, that doesn't sound nearly as fun.
No, it doesn't sound fun at all.
But
anyway, so there's that. Oh, I know what I played after Offspring Fling. I can't even say that. Offspring Fling. It was Titan Souls.
Oh, that's a fun game.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that. I think I quit playing that one early because I usually play for an hour. I think I quit playing that one early because I got to a boss that he just kept killing me, and I was like, I need a break from this.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's definitely one I'm gonna revisit and get back to. Yeah, and then there's the tournament. And also I'm still trying to work out our schedules between me and Gamalad to do something. It's something that I know both of us we really want to do. We're just having trouble getting our work schedules worked out too. And the thing. So yeah. Board gaming at all of the places that you see links for in the description below. And that's gonna do it. Play I just forgot what it was. Final Fantasy 2/4.
Yeah.
2/4. And whether we see you next Monday or the Monday after that, we'll see you then. Have a good one, everybody.
Be good humans.